And we are back. This is video 11 in that series of tips about watercolor or watercolor tell-all. And we've done the leaves, the calyx. Let's do the stems next. So the first thing I want to do is add a new watercolor layer. And I'm going to start there. And I'll tell you what, we're going to change the name of this one to leaves. Okay, and then we're going to come up here and change this one to the next, which is stems. Okay, now we're going to come over to our select and load selection, and we're going to load stems. And we're replacing, we don't want any other selection to be active. So there you go, we've got the stems. All right, now I'm going to for me, the leaves are over the top of the stems. So I'm going to go up to select, load selection, and I'm going to subtract from the selection the leaves. Okay, so now what you see is that the leaves, as they go across here, cover are on top of the leaves. Okay, now I don't want my leaves to be too wet, so I'm going to go to this thick and thin 12, and I'm going to take this sort of olive and bring it, give it a little more green, but it's a darker kind of olive. And see how that looks here. I'm going to stop at this point and I'll delete what I've done, but I just want to see what that does. It's going to be real light, and it's a little bit gray. Let's take it over this way, get it a little greener, a little bit darker. I'm going to go Control Z to get rid of that. And I'm going to get my paint larger. That looks really dark, but it is going to lighten up considerably. And once I get this added in, now let's see what that looks like. It's that dark gray, so let's come in now with more green. And we'll just kind of put this in somewhat willy-nilly. Okay, that's a little greener. Now we're going to hide the marquee. Yeah, that looks all right. We'll start there and see where we go. So we come back over to the layers panel. And we were in stems, we've done leaves and so forth. We're going to add the next watercolor layer and we're going to put in roses. The rose is a beautiful thing. All right, so it is called roses, and we're going to get rid of all the selections and come up and say load selection. Oh, rose transparency, it's already there, but that's not what I want. It's this roses. And I'll say, okay, that's the roses. And so I'm going to, once again, I'm going to hide the marquee. So we'll go there, selections, hide marquee. All right, so with this, at that point, I'm going to work in this pink tone. And I'll start with sort of a light pink. And which one am I going to use? Let's get rid of the layers. I'm going to work with Skip's Grainy 6. And I'm going to do pause diffusion as well. Let me think here for a second.